Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, KGFL Creations. I am so happy that you're here with me today. Well, it's Friday, so you know what that is. This is another episode of Friday Sews. As you know, Friday Sews is the day that we come together to talk about what has been going on in our sewing room, the plans that we have for the weekend and for the week ahead, and in between, talk a little bit about life. As you can see by the intro of the video, I was able to finish my Atenas jacket, Atenas, whatever, however you say it. The denim style jacket that I used, the corduroy that I received from Beyond the Pink Door. The box was box number 25. I think that's what it is. If it's not number 25, I'll put down the actual number below. I finished the jacket. The jacket is here. In a little bit, I'll put it on so you guys can see it. But before I put it on, I just wanted to show it to you as is. Front, back. I am sure you're not able to see the panels. There is a panel right here in the middle, and then the two side panels in the back. There is a yoke right here. The sleeve is a two-piece sleeve. Front has a yoke right here. It has the pocket, and it's a three-piece, a one-piece here, a smaller piece here in the middle, and then the side piece right here. So it's a three-piece front. Really liked this pattern. You can see all the buttons. These buttons right here. I purchased these buttons from Amazon, and they're the ones that I have comes with the tiniest screwdriver. You make your hole and then you put it through, and then you just screw it through the back. Yeah, but I really like this pattern. Okay, I put the jacket on, do a little bit of modeling for you guys. I'm not gonna keep this on for too long because it's really hot today. Actually, in here it's not that hot because I have the AC rolling. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear the AC going. And back here, AC is on, but it's really hot today. Right now is 92 degrees outside, so it's really hot. I put a dark shirt on so you guys can see the contrast of the jacket, and it looks really good. Looks really nice. I'm going to lower the camera just a little bit so you guys can see the bottom of this. As you can see, I have my jean shorts. I don't know if you can see all the way to the bottom, but these are Bermuda shorts. So really nice. The welt pockets and the back. Sleeves came out in a nice length. I didn't do anything to the length of the sleeves. Came out really good. And I can open it and just fold it up. But doing that is going to show the white inside of the fabric right here, and that looks good too. Now let's talk about this pattern. I already have it put away in my little baggie because I'm not going to make another one anytime soon. I do want to make another one of these because I really liked the pattern. I was talking to my daughter about it, and I told her the next one that I make, I think I'm going to do maybe with the stretch 12 fabric. I think it will be really nice. So this is the Atenas Jacket by Itch to Stitch. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but you guys can go to the website itchtostitch.com. I think it's itchtostitch.com, and you can find it there. I did size 18 all around, and I did the B cup. I don't know why I thought I had done the C cup, but when I looked in the pattern pieces, it was the B cup. But that's fine. It looks great up here, so that is okay. This one comes from sizes 00 up to size 20, and it has cup sizes A, B, C, D, and double D. That's why I chose this one, because of the B cups and because it's not a unisex pattern. I had trouble when I made the jean jacket for my daughter with the simplicity pattern, which was a unisex pattern. It did not fit in the hips. This one here, I had no trouble. I cut the pieces that it was supposed to. I put it on and it fit perfect. No problem with the hips, because I chose the size 18. Up here, it kind of went down. It wasn't, the seam wasn't right here at my shoulder. It went down maybe about a ½ inch or so. But because this is a jacket, if I want to put something under it, I don't know if I will, because here in Florida it's not that cold. But if I want to put something under the jacket, it will be okay. And because it's a jacket, it can be a little bit looser. So it was a little bit down. So I had no problem making this jacket. This was 19 pattern pieces. It was a lot of pattern pieces, but I did follow the instructions. Everything went fine. I just ran into one problem. Yeah, I did run into one problem. When I was doing the cuff on the sleeves. So while I was doing the sleeve, when it was time to attach the cuff didn't fit. I still have the piece right here. This piece right here. It did not fit on the actual piece of the sleeve bottom. I'm pretty sure something that I did wrong, because everything else in the pattern matched perfectly. All the notches matched perfectly. So maybe I changed something, because this pattern, it has 2 seam allowances. It's a ½ inch and a 5/8 of an inch. Some of them she tells you do a ½ inch seam allowance, and then the next one is a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and then you go back to a ½ inch seam allowance. So maybe on the sleeves I did instead of doing a 5/8 of an inch, maybe I did a ½ inch. I don't know. Maybe I didn't fold enough here in the placket. Maybe I left it a bit too. Maybe I folded just a little bit. I needed to fold a little bit more. Something that happened, but I was lucky. I was lucky. I still had fabric left over. I cut another piece of for the cuff. I had to interface it again. I had to use a little bit more interface, but that's fine. That's okay. I cut it bigger than it actually was. So I was able to put the cuff in, and that was no problem. Yeah, but I was really, really, really lucky with that. The itch to stitch patterns, she is very detailed in her pattern instructions. She has instructions on how to lengthen and shorten everything. She has a little diagram of all the pattern pieces that you have to cut with the interfacing and everything. And she has layout diagrams, which is really, really interesting. It's just like the Big 4 patterns, where it tells you how to position the patterns on the fabric so you can maximize your fabric. So this is very interesting. It's something that's most of, well, I wouldn't say most, some of the other indie patterns, they don't have that. So it is very, very good. And then she tells you where to put all of the interfacing first, step by step. And then we start with the pocket up here, the chest pocket. That's how it starts. And all the instructions on that. And then it comes the dreaded welt pocket. Yes, the welt pocket. On the sewing group, I know I told you guys that I am in the sewing group. We meet every Friday, and we're all making a version of a denim jacket. Not necessarily the itch to stitch pattern, but some other ladies are making different patterns. But most of them have welt pockets. So everybody was talking about the welt pockets, that they're scared of making the welt pockets. So I was like, okay, time to make the welt pocket. I'm gonna insert a little video as I am talking about how I was making the welt pocket. I did go through with the instructions and how to make it. I had to measure everything. Everything went fine. I attached the lining to the welt pocket, and it was time to cut. So I decided to cut. Well, I didn't decide. So it was time to cut, and I did cut very carefully. I did cut everything as per instructions. I was going per instructions with everything. I have made a welt pocket in the past with the Mimi G, with the Simplicity denim jacket that I made for my daughter, and I did follow the instructions with the sew along online on YouTube, but this one I decided just to do with the instructions that she had in the pattern. So I was turning everything and it kind of looked weird. I was trying to see if whatever would fit, but then I remembered that one of the ladies from the group said that the welt pocket had to go in between the fabrics where we cut it. So I pulled it and I turned it inside out and I pulled it, and I was like, wow, there it is. That is the point that I was, oh, I am so relieved. I am so relieved that this thing is actually working. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it that this thing is actually working. So I pulled and pulled and pulled, tugged and tugged and tugged. And there it was, the actual welt pocket did turn out okay, and I was so happy, so happy. You guys have no idea how happy I was. And it worked. There it is, my little welt pocket. Yes, yes, yes. Happy ending after all. One thing that I noticed when I finished everything, well, when I finished the welt pocket, I put my hand through, and I don't know, I think the opening of the pocket, it's a bit small right here. You see right there? So when I put my hand through, it's a bit snug. And I don't think I have big hands. My hands are not that big, but I think the opening is a bit small. So maybe next time that I do this, I might just make it, I don't know, maybe 1/2 inch or 1 inch bigger in length that way. So it's a bit easier for me to put my hand through the pocket. That's my only little complaint about the welt pocket. Other than that, everything else came out really good. I did all of the top stitching with my top stitching thread. That's something that my top stitching thread finished. I had this much left over. I bought 2 spools because since I did not find the actual top stitching thread for the color that I liked, I bought 2 and I doubled it. That was something that somebody told me in the sewing group, that if we don't have, because top stitching thread is a bit thicker, so I was using double, and this is what I had left over. And I still had to do all of my buttonholes. Well, not all of them. I had done these 2 buttonholes and the 2 buttonholes for the little flap here on the sides. Those were ready because I had done that prior to doing all of the top stitching. That was the first thing I did. So I had this left over. So I had to go to Joann's to buy another spool of thread. And it was last weekend, the weekend of the Memorial Day holiday. Everything was on sale. There was a lot of sales going on, but I resisted. Yes, I resisted. The only thing that I purchased other than that one little spool right here, I purchased interfacing because my interfacing is finishing. So I ended up buying 5 yards of lightweight interfacing. And I do need the interfacing because I do want to make the Haskell shirt for my daughter, and that calls for interfacing. So in conclusion to the making of this jacket here, this fabric, like I said, was the from Beyond the Pink Door. The pattern was a great pattern, other than the problem that I had with the sizing of the cuff here, which I think it was me. I don't think it was the pattern, because everything else matched. And I really like the pattern. It was a great pattern. I think this is the second itch to stitch that I make. I made the Taroko skirt. That one came out really good. I had no problems with that one. This one here came out really good. Had no problems other than that I said. But yeah, and when I have a chance, I will make this pattern again. It is a great pattern. Okay, enough talking about this jacket. Now let's talk about plans for this weekend and for the week ahead. I want to see if I can make pants. Yes, that's on the plan. I have to choose which pattern I am going to trace. I am not sure what I'm going to do. So yeah, that is the plan. I also want to make the Haskell shirt for my daughter. Don't know which one will come first, either muslin for my pants or her shirt that I would want to make for her. One of the two. We'll see what happens. So what is going on with life? Like I said, some things here are going to change. We did cut. I told you that we had cut everything. Now my husband has been sanding everything, all the pieces of wood that we're going to use for the Murphy bed. He is sanding everything. He did put the edge bending and all of the plywood, so he's going little by little. Something that I found out, he told me, I thought that his family was coming over in June, but no, it is not June, it is July. So I feel much better because I do have a little bit extra time to finish the Murphy bed. Not we, or him, because he's doing most of the work. I only help him when we have to lift something and when it's time to build everything. That's it. That's all I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, please hit that like button below. And if you can also subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. I will see you on my next video. Bye.